This is Jimmy.
This is Fish.
This is Jason.
And this is Thinking Outside the Pod. But like if someone was like actually drowning like in the ocean and they just like keep like turning around, they're like, this isn't helping.
No, it's not helping. No, you're not supposed to be submerged in water already.
They were talking about driving in water. Dang it.
Today on the finale of Mythbusters, we have a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
We're going to test its effect on Buster.
One Buster, just one crash test dummy. What myth is this? No myth, doesn't matter.
It's just, we got a
We're
nuke.
ending.
They somehow let us have a nuke, so we're going to blow it the hell
We're
up.
ending with a bang, a nuclear bang. Chevrolet is sponsoring
Here's
this
a pen.
episode.
All right, Chevrolet.
Love Chevrolet. Like a rock. Hello and welcome to Thinking Outside the Pod, episode 89.
So we're going to do double intros now? No, it's fine. Just keep going.
But yeah, episode 89. Welcome.
89, not
got-
69, so we're not excited about this one.
Well, 89 is another weird.
It could be one.
Could be a weird one.
What position coordinates the 89?
Well,
Is it like a couple figure
Two
fours and
midgets
then
and a normal person?
because
I guess so. It would be,
yeah.
Two midgets and a normal person. There we go.
Yeah. Or I mean, the 9 is suspended. So and then you have two people. One.
Oh yeah, because I guess if
below.
you turn the 9 over, it kind of looks like a dick and balls. So yeah.
Well, I don't know.
No, that's not, okay. That's not what we were thinking.
I was
Okay.
just thinking like the 8 was two people.
From above
Two-
position.
Well,
Like, if you look above.
no, just two people. Getting it on, and then the 9 is just some guy over in the
Watching.
corner.
He's just watching.
It could be. All right. Well, that's
all right,
an 89.
that's our episode for this
That is
week.
what.
We're
That
done.
is what.
We hit our high point.
We're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. Don't
So
worry.
we
Yeah.
have gone to new levels of low.
But Fish is back.
Yes,
You,
came back from Mars.
Couple episodes. Oh, you're
Yeah.
at Mars. You were stranded on Mars. We
Stranded
finally
on Mars.
we got you back.
And then we accidentally ended up on Pluto before we came back. So that
The
took a little while
planet
to get
Pluto.
back.
Pluto.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we went the wrong way. We went, shit. We're supposed to go towards the sun, not away from the sun. Damn it, we forgot.
You had to. You just smacked your navigator. You're like idiot.
It's like,
Why is
why'd
it
you
so
go?
dark over here?
It's getting. Shouldn't it be getting warmer? It's getting colder and darker. Like I
No,
don't
this is right. I know. Trust me.
Like, then you look over and he turns over the map. Oops.
Shit.
Damn it, Tom.
You're using TomTom. That's why.
Tom in space.
Oh,
But yeah, Fish is back. Anything worthwhile that you've done?
Not really, no. I mean, we had a lot of rain here in San Antonio. That's about it.
Yeah, it's
Stupid
been
rain.
It's been rainy, which I don't mind. It's better. Depends.
Well, I don't
know.
mind rain, but shit ton of
when
rain.
when there's too much
Too
rain.
much. We had too much rain.
Yeah, I like rain better than sunny weather, but too much rain is bad.
Yeah,
because
we
then it
had
just
two
messes with
weekends
people.
of too much rain in a row, so
Yeah.
not fun.
I think it just messes with the people that are just like, "What's this water falling from the sky?"
I don't understand.
We're like,
They
wait.
we don't understand.
and
This
then
is
those,
South Texas. We're not supposed to have weather here.
And those people like either go two ways. It's like I'm gonna drive really slow, or I'm gonna drive really fast, or that high water is fine. I'll drive
Oh
through
no,
it.
it totally doesn't look like it's 4 feet, so I'm just gonna drive into it
My
anyway.
car
oh
can
no,
take
hey, there
it.
went my car. And we're like, well, no shit, Sherlock. We told you to stop driving in friggin' puddles if you don't know how deep they
Yeah.
are.
Turn around, don't drown.
We hear
it's
that
too much
a bunch.
cliche, but you'd be surprised how many people want to drown.
It's like, have you ever thought to think that the people driving into those high waters want to drown?
It just make you sad and wonder. It's like, what the hell do those people think? You just like you just sit there and go, I have no idea how deep this is. My car will be fine.
Well, this whole turn around, don't drown campaign, like these people don't realize that like a lot of their cars are only like 6 inches off the ground. Like what are they?
Yeah, it's
what's the thought process?
Yeah,
here?
it doesn't take much to float or to have the wheels
Yeah,
lose
it doesn't
contact.
take
Well,
much
it's
to
what,
like
2
flood
inches
your
of water
engine
is all
either.
you need.
Yes, it's something like
It's something
ridiculously
it's
small.
ridiculously not
Because
not
I
a
mean,
lot.
your wheels are essentially like flotation devices, so it's
Yeah.
like it's helping. Like it's just big rubber air tubes.
Pretty much.
If
But
your car
was,
goes down, use your tires, flotation device.
but like if someone was like actually drowning like in the ocean and they just like keep like turning around, they're like, this isn't helping.
No, it's not helping. No, you're not supposed to be submerged in water already.
They were talking about driving in water. Dang it. Is there a?
Like, is someone gonna get out with a bunch of tools and take their tire off as they're drowning in the ocean in their car and be like, "I'll use my tire as a flotation device."
That's why
Good
it
thing I
pops
went-
from air
Yeah,
pressure
it's like
change.
good thing I have this impact
interned
drill.
Good thing I interned at NASCAR.
I knew this. My parents.
This waterproof impact drill.
My parents laughed at me when I bought it, but who's laughing now?
It only cost me $400,000, but it's become use.
It saved my life.
Saved my life.
My life is barely worth that.
I can only hold on to one thing: the tire or the impact drill. Let the tire go.
But speaking of dangerous situations, sometimes I guess, Mythbusters. have you guys heard I'm sure you know about or have seen Mythbusters.
Yeah, no, I've heard they're going to be canceled soon.
Yeah,
I'm
this
surprised.
last season is their last. Like this next season
I
coming
wonder if
up.
they're getting
is
canceled or if they're going to just stop making them. I mean, because there's a difference between the two.
I'm not sure. Adam Savage does this other podcast and he talked about it, and he was saying that it's kind of just like a mutual type of thing.
Okay,
like
so
they want to do other things, and the network was kind of.
Yeah, they've been doing it for so long
Yeah.
now.
It's 15 seasons or something like that.
And haven't they lost a couple people?
Well,
over
they had the
over
build
past few
team.
years?
They had Kerry Byron, Grant Imahara, and Tori Belleci.
Yeah.
It was like the three people that did like auxiliary myths. Like
Yeah.
they did while Jamie and Adam did the main myth.
Mm-hmm.
And this last season, like halfway through it, they let them go, and they went to do other stuff. But
wow. I haven't watched Mythbusters recently, so
Yeah.
I mean, I had no idea any of this. I heard it was going to be canceled, but
yeah,
I wonder,
That-
does that have something to do with it? You think?
maybe.
well, it sounds like
but-
they're getting ready to just kind of wrap up the show. I think it's probably. It sounds like it's been like we've been doing this for 15 seasons. Let's move on to something else
That's
and let everybody go their own ways. Is what it sounds like. So it
And-
doesn't sound like it's they're canceling it because of like ratings or anything. I mean, that could be part of it too. I mean, maybe.
I'm sure, and maybe it's gotten like where it's like reached a plateau, and then
Yeah.
it only has downhill. So they're just
Yeah.
like, let's just end it here.
Yeah, let's end it on a high note. And
Yeah.
then just
And-
kinda
Maybe,
go from
maybe they
it's-
just have no more myths to bust. Like
I mean,
they busted, like they've
I'm-
busted or proven every myth.
I'm
ever.
sure like they're probably scraping the bottom of the barrel now, but this last season was pretty good. Like they did like video game myths where they did like first person shooters where they have to hold guns.
Oh,
like
wow.
is it possible to hold all the guns? Like that's the big cliche. It's like where
where are
wh-
you putting all these
where are you
guns?
putting all those guns like in Halo and stuff where you
Yeah.
can just switch through them all. So they tested that, and then they actually did like a real life fruit ninja where like they had them holding a sword and actually people throwing fruit up to see if it's like that easy to.
If you have a sharp enough sword, probably
Yeah.
depends
Yeah.
on the type of sword. Would be my guess.
Yeah, and they couldn't really get a good way to like throw it up where like the highest part of the fruit is like right in front of the person with the sword. So it was kind of tough.
That'd be hard to replicate an actual. Yeah.
Yeah, but they did it, and they had like a real life katana thing, and they're like then they actually chopped fruit, not at the rate that they did in the games.
Oh,
or
of course
anything,
not.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
it'd be
human could go
ridiculous.
that quickly.
And then Jamie brought out a chainsaw and was doing it with a chainsaw, so it was pretty funny.
Well, I imagine for whatever finale they have in store, they're probably going to bring everybody back.
Yeah.
On it
That would be.
I would think
as
so.
a big send off.
Mm-hmm. I like because I liked. I
What's
liked.
their final myth going to be?
I don't know. I heard like Buster is their like crash test dummy that they use for all the dangerous stuff.
Yeah.
Like he ends up getting like destroyed. Like
Well, he's been
like-
destroyed several times though.
well,
so,
I mean
yeah.
like destroyed as in like
Like
not
completely obliterated?
Like not like atomized, not atomized, but whatever. But just like
Like we're going to
like
destroy him with the
obliterated,
biggest
like-
explosion we have. I bet that's going to be the end. They're going to blow up Buster with the biggest explosion that they can
yeah.
make.
Which
That they can legally make. They're going to be like, let's make this big ass explosion out in the middle of nowhere, New Mexico.
Today on the finale of Mythbusters, we have a nuclear bomb. We're going to test its effect on Buster.
one Buster, just one crash test dummy. What myth is this? No myth, doesn't matter.
It's just we
We're-
got a
we're
nuke.
ending.
They somehow let us have a nuke, so we're
We're-
going to blow it the hell
We're
up.
ending with a bang, a nuclear bang.
They all die.
But yeah, so I'm sad. It's one of my favorite shows, and it's always I have all of them. I have them all on my server. So I just anytime I'm kind of just like I don't know what to watch, I just throw it on random on
Yeah.
Mythbusters and just waste time just watching that or just having it in the background because it's a really good show and it it's good because it like taught science or taught.
It's edutainment.
Yeah, edutainment, exactly. So
You're kind of learning stuff. It's a little bit more dumbed down, but they do kind of go back and explain some stuff.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's
They really wanna
science, but it's like barely science. It's just it's fun to
science
watch.
in layman's terms.
Yeah.
It's like here's the science behind it, but here's none of the numbers to explain what the hell's actually going on.
It's a science show, and then some people get hurt and they fall over, or there's like a really cool looking explosion, and which is fine. That's
Well, they gotta make it more
what they
entertaining,
need
and
these
that's
days.
probably why it's lasted so long, because they found that kind of interesting, middle ground where it's like, okay, it's enough explosions and fun stuff to get that crowd, but then there's also a little bit of science to get the science nerds all up in arms. And
yeah. Or it's like tricking kids to
Which I
actually
wonder
learning.
I wonder if
It's
a lot of their
little bit
myths,
of,
if
like
they
flash and substance.
well, it makes you wonder if they purposely messed up some of the myths just to get the nerds raging at it. I guarantee you they probably did a little bit.
Or just because
Is water wet? Myth busted.
like the guys that do it aren't scientists; they're special effects guys. So
Well, you pick up some science here.
well,
and
yeah,
there,
no, I mean they
so,
know
yeah.
a bunch of stuff, and it's about all types of stuff. Because in the special effects industry, you're essentially freelance, so you could get any job you can.
Yeah,
So,
anybody who needs
so they
it.
have to know a crazy amount of skills. But they're like it's science. It's like one of the quotes that they did. It's like, remember, kids, writing it down makes it science. So it's like they have like a clipboard, and it's like we're exploding all these like different products, but we're writing it down, so it's science.
That's science.
You have to write it with a clipboard, though.
Yeah. Well,
You
yeah,
have
that's
to
what.
have
Yeah.
And a fountain pen.
A
You can't
clipboard
just
and
write it on like a piece of paper
you
on a
have-
desk. You have
oh,
to have a clipboard.
If you have a white coat and goggles, you're a scientist.
Yes.
But yeah, so but Adam was saying it's not the last year. He's not just. They're not just going
He's just
away.
not
They're
gonna
they're
go
they're
away,
going to do other things.
Well, they may, since they have the tested website or whatever, they may just transfer the Mythbusters or whatever over to there.
Oh yeah, like do like
They can do their
that
own
type
little
of stuff
segment.
on there.
I mean,
yeah,
they'll have to call it something else because obviously
Yeah.
they can't just, they may have to change up exactly what they do because I think if they did that, that'd be copyright.
yeah, I'm sure Discovery will they retain all that stuff anyway
Yeah.
or whatever. But
I wonder what's going to fill the void of Mythbusters. What is going to come in to sort of bolster that audience a bit?
I don't know. Well, I mean, Discovery should have to do something because that's really the only show I really ever watched on Discovery.
Yeah.
And since I've been watching online, I don't even watch it on Discovery anymore. So I don't know. I don't know. There's not really any other shows like it's gotten like I know Discovery like went mostly like reality, like with like Dangerous Catch and
Yeah.
all those like
Naked and Afraid.
those
Stuff
those
like
kind of
that, in that
shows.
nature.
But I don't know. They'll still exist. It's still like if I had watched TV, it's usually like Discovery and History Channel
Yeah.
and Comedy Central are like 3 channels.
I mean, History
would watch.
Channel's not even History Channel anymore.
Yeah, that's gone that way too because it's
Yeah.
like American Pickers and whatever it was. It was what was the other show like? It's just like reality
Pawn
shows.
Stars.
Yeah, Pawn Stars. So it's just shows like that. So that's pretty much all
Most
TV.
of people like. I mean, you look at it. I mean, you got shows, like on the main channels, you got like your Judge Judy's and stuff like that. A lot
Yeah.
of people watch. That's
It's-
still running.
It's what people watch. So why not?
Yeah. I
So-
mean, I don't understand some of it.
Yeah, so it's sad that it's ending, but it's good that it lasted so long. Like it's one of the shows that I watch a lot. So
Yeah.
Well, you know what show's not ending anytime soon?
which show?
The Walking Dead.
Uh,
They just got renewed for a season 7, not even 4 episodes into season 6.
boo.
That's a sign of good television right
That's
there.
a sign of
guess.
bad TV watchers.
That's a sign of the times, man.
I say all that stuff. I know it's probably a really good show, and it has to be because it's lasted so long. But
Well,
it's
it doesn't
just
have
not my.
to be.
I mean, well, yeah, because like what is like. There's all these shows that last way too long, soap operas and stuff. But they have their audience and they're diehard and stuff like that. It's just not my type of show.
Yeah,
I don't like all that scary stuff.
I haven't watched a lot of it, so I guess. I mean, I keep hearing good things
Is there-
about it, but
But there's a lot of plot lines and stuff.
Yes,
So it's like
there's a lot. They've deviated from the comics quite a bit.
Mhm.
well, they have to.
From what I've
It's a different
seen.
medium.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's like a soap
Like
opera but
certain
with
characters,
zombies.
certain characters don't exist in the show that
That
never. Certain characters
Yeah.
exist in the show that didn't exist.
Well, that's
in
normal.
the
yeah,
comics.
that's normal with
Any
a different
adaptation
medium.
of another medium always happens.
Yeah, so that's so. What is it? There, season 6 is right now. It's season 7
Yes,
is the next one.
Tonight is episode 4 of season 6,
And
and it's supposed to be over an hour long.
Kinda
so
like
I'm kind of wondering if this is their mid-season finale,
Probably.
which would make for a short season
Mhm.
if we're already midway through.
Yeah, because season
Because I'm not
depending
gonna
on the type of show.
not gonna spoil anything, but something pretty big.
Well, I mean,
happened.
we can talk about it because it's like all the people that watch the show were all like, "Oh, a thing happened." Glenn, a character.
I'll let you do
Like
it. I'm not going down for this
as a
one.
person that didn't watch it, and it's just from what people said. Glenn, I guess, is one of the characters. That makes
Sure.
sense to me because people said that name about the show.
He's
Bob,
just
for
a
all I
guy
know.
that's supposed to deliver pizzas, man.
And and I guess he was like, like at the end of the episode, he was like prone and surrounded by zombies.
Yes,
And they left it open to what actually, like, it was a big cliffhanger. So that was what happened last one, and it was like a big uproar. Like, I guess people like Glenn or something. I don't know.
He is an extremely likable
has he been
character, much more so
from the beginning, or was he brought in?
He was at the very beginning.
Yeah, so it's one of the original core characters probably, and it's all in uproar. Well, that's and so is he dead? Is he not dead? That's the big thing. Like all shows do whenever.
Sure.
I still have my doubts that he is dead, but if they're doing an hour and a half long show tonight, like I'm thinking to myself, oh man, he might actually be dead.
Well, I mean,
if they're just for no reason, unless it's mid-season finale, but
yeah, I mean it very well. I mean they could go one of two ways. Either he's dead or alive. They can go like the George R. Yeah, like the Game of Thrones thing. Yes, he's dead. Or Game of Thrones kind of has that up in the air thing too with Jon Snow, but they actually showed him dying. But Game of Thrones, there's magic and stuff, so he can come back. But,
yeah, and the way it's done, you can't, because there is someone else with Glenn, and you don't know if the person that the zombies are eating at the end of it, you don't know if it's Glenn or do you know if it's the other guy, because the other guy falls on top of him, so you don't know exactly who's being eaten.
Yeah. So that's the big what TV shows do. They throw a cliffhanger and it gets their audience in a tizzy, and they must watch it next time. So
well, I mean, I wouldn't be like that unless I caught up. I did catch up, so now I'm just kind of sitting on the edge of my seat every week.
Yeah, and they're like, we're gonna have this huge episode coming up, so we need to get our fans like this. So they needed to throw something in there that was
something big,
something that people can talk about and wonder about, so they for sure watch the next show when it's on. So
yeah, it's definitely the water cooler show of this year. I think.
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
As far as like
one.
TV show, it's HBO, Jimmy. It's not TV.
Oh yeah, HBO, whatever.
That's still technically TV.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
on TV.
Kinda.
That's a brand
Paid
logo,
programming
slogan, but yeah, that is one of the shows that people all talk about. But like I said, it's not one I've not watched it because I'm not my type of show.
So you're not cool.
No, I mean, and Game of Thrones, like what I've seen.
If that means I'm not cool.
What I've seen of Game of Thrones, I don't think I'd be a fan of it.
I think you would, man. I think anyone would be a fan of it.
It's gonna sound a little, I guess it would be ironic. Like I'm not a big fan of gore.
There's not gore.
But I mean, I watch
But there's
The Walking
boobs in
Dead.
Yeah,
Lots of boobs,
it's premium
I like boobs.
cable, so that's on there. So you'll get more of that in Game of Thrones than you would in Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You don't watch either?
Nope.
So
I'm boring. I don't watch a lot of TV.
If you were to watch one, Game of Thrones would be the one you'd watch.
Game of Thrones would be more up my alley because I'm not. I like fantasy and that kind of stuff. But
yeah, and that's what it's about.
Zombies are
okay.
I think recently zombies are kind of gotten boring. I mean, I think Walking Dead sounds like more of like the classic zombies as opposed to the biological infected or whatever, like the parasites and all that crap of nowadays.
Oh yeah, it's definitely more a George A. Romero's original zombie Inception with The Walking Dead.
They don't go into like why they're zombies, right? There's not really like a science.
They did I think somewhere in season 2.
I guess they
but
probably
they
would have
never
to.
they never came back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I mean, when you think of it,
But
at
it's
that point,
more
you're
about
like,
survival.
Does it
It's
matter?
not
We're
like
just trying to survive at this point.
It's more about survival and the other survivors, really.
Yeah.
I mean, zombies are, after a few episodes in the first season, it starts to become more about the people that you're surviving with rather than the zombies.
It's all about the plot lines and the characters and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, and these are the slow, ponderous ones. It's a very, very classic zombies.
Which is if I were to pick my favorite type of zombie, it would be that. Yeah, my favorite type of vampire are the fast vampires, not like the Draculas. Like the underworld vampires are my favorite vampires out of all. I know Jason likes the Twilight ones.
Most definitely.
It's sparkle.
It's his favorite. Yeah, he's like, I love the sparkles.
Vampires are
man,
sparkle.
I'm just a big fan of glitter.
You're supposed to walk around in
any form, vampires or crafts, spellcraft. But yeah, so yeah, good for them. I'm glad that it's a good genre type show that's still existing in a world of reality shows.
It's one of those things that I think they're starting to plateau out a bit, because just like the last 2 seasons have just been absolutely nuts, and now it's just, I don't know. We seem to be getting back to the zombies are the problem and not the people. I think it's just starting to. I think they're starting to lose a little steam. So they're maybe that's their whole thing, is that we start to lose a little steam. Let's go ahead and kill like a fan favorite.
Yeah,
sure.
Well, yeah, that's what shows do. Or like I said, they leave it in a cliffhanger and they end up surviving, and it's just like, okay, that was. You scared us, show creators. Now let's get back to other stuff.
See, if they wanted to do
I learned my lesson. Please don't do this.
If they wanted to get people really talking, they leave it on a cliffhanger, have them survive, and then have them die to something unexpected. That would totally get people up in a
They survive. Yeah, they survive the
cliffhanger,
the impossible situation, and then they die in the very mundane way.
Like they're running across the street or something, and they just twist their ankle coming off the curb.
Yeah, and they hit their head.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, come on.
This is bullcrap.
Like, what you're talking about now, bitch.
Or like someone eating something, they start choking. Like, what's wrong? Like, that had peanuts in it. No.
I'm allergic to peanuts. Yeah, that would be pretty crazy.
This is just a bunch of mediocre deaths for like high-profile characters.
Yeah, everybody's just like, oh my god, what's going on with this show?
But people will still watch because they're addicted.
And they introduce aliens to it. You're like, oh my god, what's happening?
The aliens created the zombies.
Yep. They needed the zombies to get rid of most of humanity, and then they come in and
clean up.
Clean up and just then they just kill all the other remaining people. I know you're listening,
now.
Walking Dead writers.
You heard that, Robert Kirkman? We got your number.
It's our job now.
So good for them. I'm glad. I know we're trying to keep this episode short, so last thing really, there's the other topics. We have some time really to talk about them for next week. But YouTube Red, have you heard of this?
Yes.
So it's like a subscription service that you can on YouTube that you can get no ads, and you can also like play it in your background. Like YouTube now, like if you open something else, it stops the video. Mm-hmm. But if you pay for it, it'll play in the background.
Well, can't you download stuff? Isn't that? Can't you? I mean, you can download stuff from YouTube anyway using like third-party websites.
Third-party stuff. I don't know. Yeah.
Does it depend on what operating system you're using and stuff? Because I mean, on my desktop, I can go to another window and
on your computer, yes, definitely. You can open up another tab. But I think on they're
like
talking about on
devices,
phones, because that's a big thing that people using the YouTube app hate. That you can't like if you're listening to like a podcast or music or something on there and you want to do something else on your phone, it stops it. There's no background, at least through the YouTube app. I'm sure maybe there's like a workaround that you can do that if you really want to. But would you pay, like I don't know the cost. They might have already announced it, but
it's like $10 a month.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
it's like $10
or $15 a month.
Would you pay for it?
If it had more than just getting, I'll have to see what the actual service is. Mm-hmm. Is it more than just
that's really the things that I know of, that it was.
Now, if it were like pay for, subscriptions to channels or something like that, it's like special channels that you can only get by paying, then maybe depending on what the channels
what
are.
the channel was. Yeah, I see that.
If it were like one,
I think that'll probably be what it comes to, though.
Like if you have like this is a YouTube Red only
Yeah.
subscription channel.
If YouTube started to try to get into like your Netflix and your Hulu realm,
Yeah,
stuff
like if
that.
there was
if they
original
started doing
programming.
that, and then that become part of YouTube Red or whatever, then I might be interested.
Well, I know there's you can like remember when like what was it the interview with Seth Rogen and James Franco about North Korea, all that. I watched that on YouTube.
Yeah.
So they do offer movies. So maybe that's going to play into, like, if you pay for this subscription, you get the movie service free.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah,
or
if
you
there's
get
something like that,
access
then,
to those movies for free.
But if it's just to get rid of ads, I mean,
Ad block.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
See,
well,
well,
I'm looking at it right now, and apparently the so-called king of YouTube, PewDiePie, he's like fully on for YouTube Red.
well, I mean, he is.
well, he
Like,
made
I mean,
a
that's
va-
where he makes his money.
Yeah.
he made an absolute point. He's like, the reason YouTube Red exists is because of ad block.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, they're yeah.
Because they're losing so much money
because
based off of those
they
ads
get
because
they
people
get
are
no
blocking
money
ads.
if people use ad block, but if they have some type of service, but it goes back to the thing about like TV commercials. Like if there was like you can pay your cable companies such and such like extra money, would you pay it to get rid of commercials?
I think a lot of people would.
I wouldn't. Like that's the thing. Like
No,
it depends on how much TV you watch.
Yeah,
And
I
stuff
mean,
like
for
that,
some
but-
people who watch a lot of TV, yes, I bet they would,
Mhm.
because it's one of those of. That was originally when TiVo first came out, like the whole DVR stuff.
Oh,
like they originally had it to where it would skip the commercials and just record the show.
Mhm.
But all the businesses they had a hissy fit. They're like,
crazy.
"Oh, you can't do that."
Yeah.
They're like, no, you can't. You cannot do that.
Mhm.
That's how we make our money.
Yeah,
If you don't do that, then we don't make content
Yeah.
anymore because we're not making any
So
money.
and then did they have to go back? Like were there lawsuits or something?
I think there was lawsuits and stuff about it. Yeah, they had that's why DVRs just just record. They don't actually.
Yeah.
They
so
can't. They
so
can't skip
you
commercials.
physically have to fast forward
Yep.
it to if you want it. It won't do it automatically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
whole
was a
time
huge
shifting.
fight, when it first came
DVRs.
Yeah, it's you can play in the background. It blocks all like pre-roll ads and interim ads and long videos, and you can download videos for offline use.
So
Now
pretty much.
downloading videos is actually pretty useful.
Yeah.
I mean, not if they
At
integrate
least-
into the system.
Yeah, because I mean you can do that with third-party apps.
Yeah.
Like
But to actually have it in YouTube,
In
that
YouTube.
actually makes it a little bit easier. But unfortunately, you have to pay a bunch of. I'm not gonna pay $10 a month just to download YouTube.
if it's
videos.
if it's just those kind of features like I wouldn't say like novelty, but essentially novelty, since you can all do that pretty much
Yeah,
do
you
all
can
that
do it
stuff
anyway.
with third-party stuff.
Yeah.
and those are free.
Then no, that doesn't seem like something that I would ever do. But if there was, like, if they did do something with like streaming video, like original content or something like that, or there were certain channels that I really liked to watch those videos, you had to pay.
Yeah.
Then maybe.
And you see, I don't think I'm that dedicated to any YouTuber where I'm going to be willing to pay an extra amount of money just to get like ad-free stuff on their channels. Like, I mean, if I have to sit through like a 30 or 15-second ad to watch a video, I'll just mute.
Well, see,
Yeah.
what-
And
what
then
I
I'll
think-
watch the video. It's not like I'm planning on buying anything these people are advertising to me anyway.
Yeah, usually not me.
What I think they're gonna have to do is, in this day and age, they're gonna have to find a new way to advertise on the internet.
Yeah.
Because those traditional types of ads, it's like we didn't like them on TV, and we
Yeah.
definitely don't want them on the internet.
Yeah,
They're gonna have to find a new way.
they have to do like product placement or sponsor the actual videos themselves, like and have the people talk about it in the videos.
That's what I've been seeing.
That's-
Like definitely with sponsored videos, like they'll usually be like some sort of like a commercial or something like that, and then they'll have the YouTuber or whatever. They'll say, okay, this is sponsored by so and so company. Like they'll read a little script or something.
Yeah,
like that.
but just the actual commercials in front of the videos, that medium, I mean, it wasn't liked whenever it was created with TV.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not good for internet stuff. So that sponsoring is pretty much the way the internet advertising
Maybe
should
like
happen.
a bug or something like that, like a little graphic or
Yeah.
something. saying sponsored by.
Maybe we'll just get to like where Futurama, where commercials are injected into your dreams at night.
Yeah, maybe. Like
That's where we're going.
like whenever we get to like cybernetic implants and stuff, I'm sure that's going to happen. I'm sure there'll be pop-up ads.
So
like
you're gonna have
if you have like eye implants or something, like Google Glass in your eye, or like contacts, like when you're walking down the street, I'm sure they'll be able to like pop up. I could see it happening because I'm sci-fi. That's all they do, like that kind of stuff.
So that'll be one of like it's saying, oh, you're looking at this woman's chest. You must be looking to buy bras.
Yeah, it's like the Google
Like
AdWords. Like
they
they vision track you, so they know like what you're interested in. That's good. Well, that's
you're interested in boobs.
I'm sure Google. Yeah, it's like all men. It's like with thousands and thousands of hours of
like, are you going to be able to browse
data.
incognito with these things?
Pretty much.
Would you like to view incognito? Would you have to?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Very
like yes,
so.
please. Just have that default
all the
yes.
time.
Also, like when I installed Windows 10, that was the first thing I did. Is I went through the security tabs and it's like off.
Well, that was the biggest, like one of the biggest things. It's like Windows is watching you. It's like everything's watching you.
Because I was reading all this stuff. I was like, I don't need any of this. So I was like, I just wanted to. It's a desktop. If it were a phone or a laptop or something, maybe I might leave some of those on. But for my desktop, I'm like, no, I don't want to use Cortana. It's like I don't care.
Yeah,
it's like, you turn this off your Cortana so I could be able to work. I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, I'm not gonna hook up a mic just to talk to my desktop. It's like no.
Yeah. Phones, it's different.
A phone maybe, but for my desktop, no.
Yeah. I mean, I think YouTube Red will be fine. I'm pretty sure there's lots of people
There'll be a market of people
buy
who will
into
buy
it.
Yeah. Like the
It's
people that
just
don't,
not me. I'm not buying into
people
it.
that don't want to deal with that kind of stuff will buy it, but the people who they've already used third-party stuff anyway to get rid of it. So
yeah.
But
it's not for me.
Yeah, I agree.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, they'll probably add on stuff when not as many people as they want buy it. They'll probably start to add stuff in.
Like you said before, like original shows.
If they do that,
original
then it might
movie. Then
up.
depending on what it is. But I mean, like I said, there's just no YouTubers that I am just that enthusiastic about following that I'm willing to pay. I mean, Twitch has done the same thing. Like Twitch, you can now subscribe, like pay $5 or $10 to certain streamers to get access to exclusive streams.
Yeah.
I'm not that. You're not that entertaining. I just happened upon your stream once and I liked it. I'm not going to give you money for it.
There'll be some fans that would like that kind of stuff. Like,
I mean, most of them already get ads in front of their pre-roll ads in front of their videos anyway.
Yeah. So like if there was like Futurama is now on YouTube Red, then like things like show or like Firefly.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're like Firefly season 2 and
like,
Futurama season 10 on YouTube Red, I'd be like, all right, I guess.
Like all the cancel, like the beloved canceled shows.
So that's the one way that I can see that.
That's going to be their big.
That's
going to
be for people like us. So
it's going to be their big niche.
Because I see why they're doing it, but it's not going to catch a lot of like our generation's interest.
Star Wars.
I know there's some people that don't like it. There's been videos where people don't like it. So it's like anything. There's people that hate it, people that like it. So
you see, the problem is if it gets too big, and then you're just going to have like big franchise wars, like Star Wars Episode 10 only on YouTube Red.
Yeah.
Like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah. Well, that's what already happens nowadays anyway.
With like video games, like the PlayStation exclusive and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like anything. Features and stuff get mixed in with other mediums and stuff like that. So whatever. Yeah. But yeah, we were trying to keep this one short. So that's episode 89. Make sure to follow us on all the social media stuff.
Yeah, you guys know it. We've said it plenty of times.
And Logical, check out all the channels. Travel Red Class. I know he's out of town. David's out.
And just remember,
country.
We don't have any pre-rolled ads on this podcast.
Yeah, you'll. Not that we don't have a choice.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Side note: if you want to sponsor an episode, let us know. We will put so many ads.
Oh yes,
we will
stop every 2 seconds to say, this Coca-Cola that I'm drinking tastes so good.
Can you pass me a slice of that Pizza Hut pizza?
It's so good. So is this Big Mac. I'm loving it.
We're selling out before we even sell out.
We will sell out for low prices for our dignity. Free pin, you got
Done.
it.
All right.
Buy Chevrolet. But yeah, that's our episode. Every Monday will be a new episode.
Buy in for a Chevrolet.
Chevrolet is sponsoring
Here's
this
a pen.
episode.
All right, Chevrolet.
Love Chevrolet. It's like a rock. I don't know. But yeah, that's
Oh man,
that is it.
give us money. You owe us now.
I know we're gonna get sued at the end of this.
Oh man.
Chevrolet, like a rock.
All right, but yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right, later.
Bye.
Goodbye.